Well, here we go. My second attempt at recording a video today. I've been looking for Sammy Bear. He hasn't been around, and I know sometimes he sort of disappears off for a day or two. So I'm going to be just hanging around to see if he comes in. Anyway, a little update on the bedroom. My brother Cormac has moved over from London, and Cormac, by the way, is a craft leather worker. He's very talented, and he's been producing costumes for the English National Opera, amongst others. So he's also quite self-deprecating, you know, because he is so talented, he's so creative, he's so innovative, but he doesn't realise how talented he is. Anyway, that's an aside. I'm going off-piste. No sooner have I started this video than I'm going off-piste. Bear with me. Cormac brought me over this beautiful Celtic bedspread. It's just a very light cotton one. Excuse me, so it's actually a cover. But he had seen on the videos that I'd posted that I'd been doing the room in kind of shades of green and teal. And he knows, of course, about my Michael Kennedy lamp, which I have there in the corner. So he decided to bring this over from London, and what a beautiful gift. I'm just delighted with it. So at the same time, my daughter Kate has been clearing out bits of the house up in Belfast. So she sent me down 2 of these lovely floor lamps. That's one of them. The other one I've put in the lodge. And they're uplighters. And of course uplighters are brilliant for really throwing a lot of light around the room. And especially if the ceiling is white, it really kind of bounces the light off. But mine, of course, has never been painted. It's just wood. So, still haven't decided on a colour yet for the walls, but I'm getting there. I'm sort of absorbing the vibe, you know, and thinking about it. I have a little heater in here, so I've actually got the heater on. I'm preparing to go to bed, because I think the best way to get through the winter months is to go to bed early, get up early. Because otherwise, you know, you're not really gelling with the season that's in it. And I think that when it gets dark, that's time for us to hibernate. So I'm not going to bed to sleep, you know. I'm actually going to bed just to hibernate. So I'm going to bring my knitting in with me, and I'm going to bring some books in with me, and I was going to play a DVD on my laptop, but the DVD player on the laptop no longer works. So anyway, I'll have to try and sort that problem out one way or another, because I do like to watch films. And just before I finish with the video in here, sorry Jack, do you want to come in? Come on in then. I'm just going to close the door so you can see what else I've been doing in here. Now I'm just looking down towards the door now. You can see on the shelves, rather than have, look at himself. Oh. You can see on the shelves, rather than have loads and loads of clothes all folded up and rolled up, what I've done is I've got all the baskets I could muster together. So I've got a sort of a greeny blue one up there. The rest are all just natural shades. And I'm putting my clothes and bits and bobs into baskets. So like down there's all my socks. I've got all my cosmetic-y stuff in there. I've got all my gym jams in there, and so on and so forth. But you get the gist. It's just because I think that when you have open shelves, What detracts from them is too much colour. And if you've just got loads of clothes folded up on the shelves, you're going to have too much colour. So I thought baskets would be a good way of organising them. Well, there we go. I'm quite pleased with that idea, because that uses things that I already have. What else have I done in here now? Yeah, I've been hanging my jewellery up on hooks, and I've brought the big mirror, and the big mirror, of course, is covering a window in the wall. Don't ask me about this window in the wall, okay? This is one of those sort of hand-built Irish cottages, built out of stone. And for some reason or other, they decided, you know, between these two little bedrooms, which were bedrooms then, to put a little window. Was that before or after the liquid lunch, I wonder? Anyway, the mirror covers the window up, and on the other side I've got a bookcase covering the window up. Crazy, I know. So there we go, that's the bedroom update. Okay, Jack, here we go out. Come on. Now, in here, of course, I've got, oh yes, hold on a moment, the DVD that I got out that I was so looking forward to watching, Wolf Hall. I don't know if any of you have read Hilary Mantel's books. Absolutely brilliant. And I know that this is going to be a trilogy, and the third book is still in the writing. But the first story in the trilogy was Wolf Hall, and the second one, Bring Up the Bodies. They are brilliant. If you don't have the book, or your local library doesn't have the book, can I tell you that there's a fantastic audiobook. It's actually up on YouTube. It's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours long, and I've listened to it, and it's brilliant. A wonderful reading of both Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies, which were kind of merged into one, you know, in the TV series, which I thought was incredible, and I loved the music to it. So my old laptop here, it's not that old actually, it's relatively new. But the DVD player, which is down here, you see. Can't even get to it. Let me just see now. It's not even opening for me now. Anyway, that's the problem I'll have to sort out, because I have another video as well, which my daughter sent me down again from Belfast, Bridget Jones's Baby, and I haven't even unwrapped it yet. And I did so love Bridget Jones. Now, as for the knitting, there we go. I'll show you. This is a jumper with a hood that I'm knitting. Now, isn't that beautiful? And the pattern for it, let's see, is it? Yeah, this is the pattern. I'll show you the picture. Isn't that cool? And it's got this lovely hood on it. So I should be doing a little bit of knitting this evening, and I'll find something on YouTube to listen to. I quite like documentaries, you know. I like something that engages me. So I've pulled all the curtains and pulled down all the blinds, because it's a lot cooler this evening. Pulled the curtains out there in the porch, and I pulled the curtains here in the kitchen. I just have little sort of cafe curtains out here. I made those out of gingham. Gingham is a wonderful material. You know, when you're first starting to sew, I remember the very first thing that I sewed when I went to grammar school was, I think it was a little half apron, and it was made in gingham. And because gingham has all the little squares in it, we also embroidered the waistband. We just did kind of X's, you know, in embroidery across the waistband. So I've been making some juice today. Because I was feeling a little bit run down. And when I feel like that, what I do is I get lots and lots of, you know, apples, kale, carrots, ginger, beetroot, orange, lemon, lime, spinach, and I just juice like mad. And maybe go for 3 or 4 days just on nothing but juice. And I think it's because it's so front loaded with vitamin C and phytonutrients that whatever it is that's in your system that's making you feel a bit low, it kind of just clears it out, it kicks it out, and also gives your body a bit of a rest. So I'm a huge believer in juicing. I must wash that out before I go to bed. So I've got the kettle boiling on the stove here. So I'm going to make a hot water bottle. I'm also going to make, not a pot of tea, a cup of tea I think is enough. So, and I'll show you, I've got some turf in here. See? That's the turf burning. This stove is all cast iron and enamelled cast iron, so you get a wonderful heat out of it. And of course, as I've told you before, it heats all the radiators in the cottage, and it also heats up all the hot water, as well as boiling the kettle. So it's a clever little yoke, as they say over here. So here's some of the veggies that I have in my pantry. Got some spinach and carrots and tomatoes for juicing. I've been storing my pumpkins in here. There's a few pumpkins there. A few bottles of homemade wine. Do you know, it's a good thing I don't drink, because I'd probably be pissed most of the time if I did drink, because my homemade wine is delicious. It is delicious. Yes, Jack. How would you fare with your mother being completely imbibing all the time? He'd say, no, I don't think I'd like that. I like it when you're all organised, Mum, and you remember about me and what I need. I know what you'd like. Would you like a cream cracker? Watch him lick his lips. Would you like a cream cracker? He says, I'm going to do a little dance now. Would you like a cream cracker, Jack? Yes, he says, I would. Yeah, you're talking. I know, darling, you're talking. Well, I just happen to have over here. Yes. Let me just put this. Let me just put the camera down. I know people tell me I should get a tripod and all the rest of it, but I can't be bothered with all that. You can take me as you find me. Take me as you find me. Now, let me just hold the camera and then we can... Here we go. And this is how gentle Jack takes his... There we go. And he, look, I'll follow him out. He goes out into the porch, because the porch is the equivalent of his little den, of his little lair, like a wolf's lair. Now look at that. He says, Mummy, I've got my cream crackers. He's got 2 cushions. Oh, you're a good boy, Jack. You deserve those. Yeah. Bless him. Do you know he's so easily pleased? So easily pleased. He's a great friend to have around. So there we go. I shall make my tea now and my hot water bottle, and move Jack's bedding into the bedroom, just onto the floor there, at the bottom of the bed, just at the foot of the bed, I think. And turn off all the lights here. And I do have the little cat doors open in the porch, in the lodge, and I'll leave the 2 doors open, so Sammy Bear will come in, probably wet and muddy, and because he does this, he sort of goes off sometimes for, well, he has been away for as long as 2 days before, and it's usually because he's kind of got himself involved with another cat somewhere. So, but I don't see Beauty around either, so I'm sure they'll both turn up. Okay, so I shall say good night to everyone, and I'll quickly upload this video now while I'm having my tea. Thank you everyone who has pre-ordered and bought one of the Christmas books. I've increased the order now to 400. I think I may actually increase it now to 6, because it looks as though a lot of people are wanting to get this little booklet. So, there we go. Okay. Night, night, everyone.